thejointreliefinstitute.com. Locations in Glenview, Oakbrook, and Orland Park. Call 708-315-6800. Medicare and most private insurance plans accepted. Reclaim your mobility with the Joint Relief Institute.
Now, from the Signature Bank Studios.
This hour of The Shaun Thompson Show is sponsored exclusively by DonleyAuctions.com. Classic cars, vintage motorcycles, gas pumps, drive up the value at auction. DonleyAuctions.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
See, it's a real easy discussion to have. If you want to live in areas where the government protects the predators, the thieves, the robbers, the rapists, the illegal aliens, then go live where Democrats are. It's the same no matter where, no matter what state.
I mean, just 10 days out of prison, that is simply unacceptable.
That is the Brooklyn Park police chief talking about a man they just arrested hours ago. They say he broke into 2 homes and sexually assaulted the women inside. Those crimes happened at homes within walking distance of each other. As you heard,
it's because he didn't have a job, didn't have a car. So he raped one, walked a couple blocks, raped another one, and who let him out of prison? Democrats.
The attacks happened just days after the suspect got out of prison. Ashley Grams is in the newsroom with how investigators tracked him down. Ashley?
Yeah, Frank, investigators from the county and the state were working this case, but ultimately the police chief says it was a sergeant from the Brooklyn Park Police Department who tracked down the suspect. He's someone local police knew, and he has a criminal history. A SWAT team swarmed this Brooklyn Park townhome complex on the corner of Hampshire Avenue and Brooklyn Boulevard. Law enforcement in tactical gear moved in and out of a single unit, taking one man into custody.
We believe we arrested the suspect who committed these offenses.
Just hours earlier, the Brooklyn Park police chief held a press conference warning a man who broke into 2 homes and sexually assaulted 2 women at gunpoint was on the loose.
The person we are looking for is a light-skinned black male.
Now, the chief says that man, 25-year-old Darius Olson Baker, is in custody. The first attack happened last Friday around 5 in the morning on the 7600 block of Hampshire Avenue North, inside a townhome just down from where Olson Baker was arrested.
I'm like, please, don't do this. I don't have money. I don't have anything, please.
And who do they rob when I say they're illegal aliens? Other people of the same national origin.
30-year-old man is facing murder charges after he allegedly shot and killed 3 employees at the apartment complex where he lived.
This all happened inside the leasing office of the Darren Park Apartments in St. Paul late.
So the other one was Brooklyn. This is Minnesota. And this shooting spree is done by an illegal alien. Killed 3 Minnesotans.
Yesterday afternoon, Fox 9's Karen Scullin joining us now with what we've learned today as the charges were filed. Karen?
Really just a horrific incident unfolded here at the leasing office, and charging documents show it was all caught on surveillance camera. 2 employees shot 6 times each. A 3rd employee killed off camera, but screams and 4 shots could be heard. Flowers in memory of 3 people killed inside the leasing office of Darren Park Apartments.
You know, the Americans that were working and had a job. I just want to revisit what Salazar said.
We're talking about those millions and millions of illegals, undocumented people who belong to my community. Probably 80% of the undocumented belong to the Hispanics, the largest and fastest growing minority in the country. So why don't we give them dignity?
Are you going to give this scumbag who killed 3 American women who were working, you're going to give him dignity? You're going to give the family members left behind dignity? Who are you going to give dignity to, stupid?
All of them employees of Mid-Continent Management Corporation. Nancy Zambrano of Inver Grove Heights, Adam Wilwarding of Oakdale, and Dina Silcox of St. Paul. Last night, as word spread about what happened, the grief was palpable, the pain felt by many. These men have been living at Darren Park for a combined 32 years and knew Dina Silcox well.
I was sad, real sad. I lost a good friend.
Last night, the men recall a lot of chaos just before 5 p.m.
I was in my back. I live in the back here. I was laying on my couch, and I heard 8 gunshots.
Do you know why the illegal alien, the illiterate scumbag murdering pig, why he killed him, Squirrel? Because he didn't understand. He signed a lease and there was a parking issue. And all he had to do was understand the language, how to write and read and think. But he couldn't. You know why, Squirrel? The first decision he made when he was coming to America was, how could I do it illegally?
And like he was just telling, Whitey right here was saying that I went up to knock on his door and I asked him, did he hear anything?
And it was just like half the police department went out here.
By the way, these two friends, they remind you why you can't listen to these political whores, whether they pretend to be reporters or not. There's two guys sitting there, two old men. One is black and one is white. Call them Whitey. They're laughing, they're joking, they've been friends for years. Hey, talk to a Democrat, they'll say there's some, it's terrible race relations. Shut the, you've never been right in your life, you Democrat scum.
Trenton. It really got crazy at night. I mean, they were all over, and then the helicopters were flying above us. So, and then they had the yellow tape, of course.
Charging documents say 30-year-old Segab Binesu told investigators he had planned to join the military and sold his car. He called the leasing office to cancel his parking contract, but was told he couldn't do that. Binesu admits then going to the office, but did not say what happened there. However, court documents show that a surveillance camera inside the office caught everything as it unfolded.
He was going to join the military. Oh, were you? After you, figured out how to get here legally from being here illegally?
Department of Homeland Security told me he's from El Salvador and he's in the country illegally. I looked into his criminal history and he has a lengthy rap sheet. Oh,
that's another one. That's Virginia. You expect it. We'll do Illinois and Chicago next. Jessica Jackson, how are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Having a time of my life, kid.
I guess we all are in Chicago and Illinois these days.
Yeah, you better come with me. You give me a ride back home. But go ahead.
Well, I heard that you was roasting Darren Bailey earlier, of governor candidate for the upcoming election, due to his, absenteeism?
I'm roasting him all the way around. I roasted him the first time he ran. Never made sense to me. This time is even more preposterous. But that's just me. I'm a jerk.
It's even more preposterous. You know, I met with Darren Bailey, and I saw Darren Bailey come down to City Hall and had an opportunity to public speak. I don't know if you saw that segment or not a couple of months ago.
Yes, I did see.
And then a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I reached out to him to ask him where has he been. And he said that, he had been on vacation with his family, which, of course, is a good thing. But then the next day I saw him because he said he was coming back to the Chicago area. So the next day I saw him on the David Seaton show.
Now, you and I know who you are. I've seen you and, I appreciate you. But we've never met, right? We've never. No. I'm going to give you how my brain works because you have this thing that my mother used to have and that good people have. And that thing is you assume people talking to you are telling you the truth. But I want to revisit something you said that I just picked up on. Now, you said he was on vacation with his family, and that's why he hasn't been around, correct?
Yes.
Well, isn't the election in 4 months?
Yes.
So you go on vacation now with your family? I just want to be clear, because I don't take vacation. Jessica, you know when I take vacation? When the station says nobody's going to be here. That you could come if you want to, but the doors are locked. That's when I take it. You're in the middle of running for governor. I just want to be clear. And you say, I was on vacation with my family. This is the problem I have. I can't deal with liars, Jessica. I really can't. I'm a terrible person. I cannot be polite to someone I know is urinating in my ear telling me it's raining. I can't do it. But that's just me. So right there, just to show the importance in his mind of what this governor's race is, you're 4 months out. And you say, you know what? Now's a good time for a vacation. Honey, get in the car. Is that how it works? It's ridiculous to me. But that's me, Jessica. Go ahead.
Well, this is what I can say. I can be family first. I can promote the ideology of family first. Let's be crystal clear on that. However, in this day and time of technology and in this place of importance, like you're saying, 4 months away from a major election, you got to find some way to still be visible. Okay, so now you were on the vacation. Now you're back. Okay, I'm going to need you to be visibly back. You are in Chicago. I'm going to need you to be visibly around Chicago. See, my concern is this a legitimate run?
No.
Are you actually trying to run, or is this another J.B. Priester payoff?
Well,
or whatever.
Well, I think the answer is you go on vacation with 4 months to the election. The answer to your question. You know, I don't like a lot of people. And during this campaign, one in particular, if he would have been 10 years younger or me 10 years older, we'd have been fist fighting in the parking lot. But at least he had I don't agree with him on anything, but at least he had the fortitude, the character to go out and tell people who he was. At least he talked to the other candidates. This whole thing where you don't think, let me get this straight. You think you don't have to tell the people of Illinois what you are, who you stand for, or debate the other 4 candidates running? And now you want me to step and fetch and get in line? You got the wrong guy. And I got news for you. There's 1 million, maybe 1.5 million people like me that feel the exact same way. They might not say it. But I wouldn't dirty my shoes by walking into an election place to vote for him. That's me. Now, I got a friend of mine who gets mad at me. And he says, no, you gotta play with the best you can and do this, and he's not that bad of a guy. Maybe not, but you either have courage or you die 1,000 deaths a day. And to me, that's what a coward is. To me, he's a coward.
I know that if he's running a real campaign, Shaun, he's got to do a whole lot better, because at the end of the day, J.B. Priester has to get out of office. So whatever this game is that's being played, they better unplay it, because J.B. Priester, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't even need to even get to that poll for November.
No.
He doesn't. Tony Preckwinkle doesn't. Mayor Brandon Johnson does it. This is why I'm constantly asking for Trump to come into Chicago, to come into Illinois, to bring the DOJ here, to bust all this up.
Yeah, that's your only hope, though.
That's our only hope. And I think that collectively, as Chicagoans and Illinoisans, we need to start pushing that. For Trump to come into Chicago.
Listen,
and deal with this right now, so that none of these clowns can even see November. And if Darren Bailey is not for real, then the Republicans better find a substitute real fast, because the plan is that J.B. Priester can't even run.
You know, I mean, the reality of where we are, the gravity of who's in charge of it, the scandal of how much they get away with, and this whole thing with that guy who looks like Cecil the Turtle that beat Bugs Bunny, that guy, the Speaker of the House, Chris Welch, and the rest of it. I mean, it's to me, it's such a cancer of character. The lying, the fraud, the money, the businesses that left. Yeah. Your only hope is prosecution, because you ain't going to get a fair election. Tony Preckwinkle, come on now. It's Cook County. I mean, at a certain point, we're insulting ourselves if we pretend we got a chance, you know. But listen, I'm up against the clock. I love you. I can't wait to meet you in person. And
likewise.
You want to know? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're too good for this trashy thing. This is a trashy thing to partake in this, because they insult you, they insult me, they insult themselves. They don't even know it. Jessica, thanks. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
All right.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You need a construction company, but who?
Call Crosscom.
A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Crosscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Crosscom.
Call Crosscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Crosscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Crosscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Crosscom.
Crosscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan